Hi, hello, and welcome to my Flosstube number. I don't know, because I don't keep count. It's the first one in 2024. I'm like 6 days late, 7 days late, but there's a reason. And I cut my hair. Yeah. So far so good with the challenge. I'm doing a challenge with Sophia from Minigame Stitcher. And yeah, I just unlocked a slot. If you know what that means, you're just as happy as I am. Anyways, I'm just gonna start with showing off something I finally managed to do, because I finished the portrait of horses, or 3 horses I think it's called now. On the top of my head, I don't remember where I got it from. It's on Etsy. I will link it below if you want to. But I finally, yesterday, got it in a frame. And it's up on my wall. It's hanging up there. But I took it down for you so you can see. Sorry for the glare. But it looks awesome. So there's glare everywhere. You can see my little notebook. So this was done on 25 count 2/110 stitch. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. It's cool. It's looking awesome. Yeah, I love it. It's going up on my wall. It's nice to finally be able to sit and watch it. So I have worked on 3 projects. One is not on the list because it's not a part of the challenge. It's the only piece I have that's not a part of a challenge because it's a challenge in its own. So I don't know if we decided on the stitch count. I think I'm just gonna go with 2024 stitches and see how much else I can do on it, because it's not a main piece. And I mean, like, 2000 stitches isn't a lot in a year, but I mean, like, if I don't set that as a goal, it won't be done. So I can just show that first. It's Saga from Long Dog. It was also supposed to be a challenge with me and Sophie. I think we are all doing it. So I am doing it a little bit different because I can. So this is the whole piece. And I think it's really cool because what I am planning on doing, how do we do this? Because I can pop it up on my shoulder, or so I'm gonna do all of the things around in black, and I'm gonna choose random colors to fill in the animals and stuff, but I'm only gonna do half. So I'm gonna crop out here, mostly because I didn't have fabric for the whole thing, and secondly, I don't really care for the lower parts. I like small things and not like big, huge things. So that's the plan. And it's like there's a really nice line going right in the middle here, so it should be like easy to do. Maybe I can show it like I will do this part. So that's what it's gonna look like to me. Of course, everything will have different colors because I have a lot of anchor threads from my mom, and I have a lot of colors that's misdyed or old ones that's not the right kind of shade that we use today. So I've started, and I actually have, these are discontinued threads that I got from a stash unload from an old lady. These colors doesn't exist anymore. I don't know if they just stopped making them or they rebranded them into something else, but this is like 357 and 222 and 759 and some. I've been trying to see if they exist. They don't. So that's my plan of just pulling and using threads I wouldn't normally use. So it's kind of gonna be my scrap piece in a way. So here I have my old threads that there's a lot of gray in here that doesn't match, but yep. So I am, and I know I was gonna use this fabric for Ragnarok the long dog, but since I'm gonna start this before, I'm gonna use it for that. This is from Hand Dyed by Rolanda. It's a 28 count. Doesn't have a name. And I got in a whopping 90 stitches. So my plan is to, in between the challenge projects, I'm gonna put in at least one thread of 310 in this, so I can get, so I don't like, but this is the massive, this is gonna look awesome. I don't think I'm gonna use the whole piece, but this is the start. It's a teeny weeny start, but I was actually really enjoying it. It's 1/1, so it's the same thing I do on Jeremy. I just don't have grid lines, and I don't hate it. Actually, I enjoy it. So this is gonna look awesome. It's a bit of a teal, green, purple, yeah. So it lives in this. I'm not gonna take it out unless I really have to, and I don't want to do that because it's so much fabric. So that's that project, and this one again, I'm gonna try and like set myself some rules this year. Not because I need it, but I want to see if I can follow up on them. So as I said, I'm gonna, when I finish one of my prompts or milestones or a project I have in my challenge, I now have 9 slots because I just unlocked one. Sophia has unlocked 2 slots in 1 month. That's kind of like insane because 1 slot is 10,000 stitches, and that's like, it's working though. It's working. So I'm gonna do, I always say the wrong thing. I'm gonna show you real quick what project I'm gonna start when I get the fabric. It may take some while, but I love it, and it's for my little boy. This is Mini Reading Time by Randall Spangler. It's a Haid, and I mean, like, it's totally different from Jeremy because he's all blue. This actually have colors, so I'm really excited about doing this one. I've been wanting to do it for a long time. It's gonna be my first Randall Spangler, and it's only 10,000 stitches. Yeah, 10,000. Wow, 105,000 stitches. So it's a tad bigger than Jeremy, but he's small. He's small but fierce. So what I've been doing with my challenge is I made this book so I can try and keep track. I haven't filled it in yet. No, this is my D&D book. I have two. They are very similar. This is my D&D book. This is my cross-stitch book. I was like, why does it say spells in here? No, that's for another challenge, trying to stay alive, which I failed. So, this is this is my cross-stitch book. So here I have all the pieces I picked for my challenge. I am very unsure if I'm gonna swap some out. Me and Sophia talked about it, and we think that we will talk about it every 3 months, so it's gonna be in March. And just like see if it works or not, if something needs to change. And I think like maybe we can like swap out one project if we want to. I don't know, something like that. We will see. We make it up as we go, because I totally, when she told me about the challenge, I was like, yeah, that sounds awesome. I'm so in. And I made up my mind about how we're gonna do it, and then I made a video, and then she said like, that's not how I meant, but I like yours better. So we kind of just went with mine. So it's kind of like a mashup between me and her. So I bet it's working. So I actually, the first one I picked was Pokemon. Surprisingly enough, that's for 1k or 1000 stitches, which I did. I'm gonna show you. I am lovingly referring to this as my blanket. And this is from Boxcat on Etsy. Not the best picture, but yep. It's only 50,000 stitches, but it feels like a lot because there's a lot of color changes. And but with the 1,000 stitches I did, I actually managed to reach 18.20%. So I'm almost at. So next time I pick it up, I will pass 20%, I think. So, and I hopefully will do that soon, because I really want this done before the kids fall out of love with Pokemon. So, hi. I worked on this part. Sorry if you can hear my phone. I filled in these. No, that's what I worked on. So there's some funky colors in there, I'm not gonna lie, but these are all complete. So I started doing that one, and there's 4 more, and then the border. So I'm gonna, next time I pick it up, I'm gonna finish these, and then I'm gonna go over here and finish those 3, and then possibly go up. I'm just gonna fill in what I can in the Q snap whenever I pick it up. So that first, then that side, and yeah, I'm not gonna say I'm loving it. I'm not hating it though. So, and this time I've always, I used to stitch in hand. I still do on some pieces, and I used to stitch this one in hand, but it kind of got and this time I put it in a Q snap. It goes a bit slower, but it looks nicer. So yeah, I think I'm gonna continue with the Q snap on this one. So this is, I think I am gonna try to pick this up at least. Well, I have some goals for each. I'm just gonna quickly see what my first goal is 15k. I'm at 9, so I think I'm gonna try to pick this up at, well, I'm gonna try and reach, I don't think I'm gonna do that this year, but I'm gonna try, because I will probably just like keep this into next year. I have some really high goals, but well, the goals I have here aren't like I need to meet them, but they are like milestones that I would really like to reach, and I'd rather pick it up like 6 times this year than just like once and forget about it. So that's why the challenge is working for me, but I am still not feeling up for doing Reflections of Norway or the Dark Queen, because I don't know, there's some projects I'm like, no, I feel like I should, because Dark Queen definitely has become my new Luna, which is a project you don't want to work on but you want to see finished, and you kind of like, kind of hurts working on it. It's like you don't like it, and it's weird. So I want to push myself, but I don't want to push myself, you know. It's kind of like hard. But the big focus this month, obviously, has been Jeremy. And I got in 10,000 stitches on him, which means that's 10%, because I did the math, went a little bit British there, and I figured out how big I'm doing him. That sounded very wrong. And I found out that by cropping out, that I'm just gonna show you. I'm cropping out a lot. This is Jeremy. I'm cropping out like the top part, the bottom part, about here. So I'm stitching all of him, and I'm stitching to the end of the shield and the end of his helmet, his feet, and his sword. So I'm gonna go like here. So I went into Pattern Keeper and found out where those corners are, marked them off, and counted the blocks up and down so I could figure out how many blocks, and just did the math, and I figured out he's gonna be 95,000 stitches, and that means I'm cropping out 100,000 stitches. That's a tad more than 50%, and that means like that's a lot of blue, because he's blue. So, and I don't really wanna do I don't wanna, if I can crop out 100,000 stitches, I will, because he's the star. So that was fun. So now when I'm in Pattern Keeper, it's easy for me to know it's easy for me to know how many percent I am, because how much I've done, because I know he's about like 100,000 stitches, give or take. So I actually did take a picture before I started, and I'm gonna take a picture after now and post it on Instagram if you want to see how much 10,000 stitches is on him. But he looks awesome. I don't know if you remember what he was looking like, but I had his head, I had some of the on the right, on his right side, our left side, and kind of like the neck area. Are you ready? Yeah. So I did whole this thing, that, of course, everything here, I did that, and I think I was up in here somewhere. So that's how much 10,000 stitches is. So he's now at 27%, 27,000 stitches and 1, because I had to finish the thread. And yeah, I was kind of stuck like halfway because I didn't know what I was gonna do. And then I saw that 939 is kind of like the main black or main dark color, so I just filled in that because that's only in his body. Because I wanted to see his hand, because I had finished this and this was like all open, and I was like, yeah, I can do some black. So I started filling it in. I have some left here, and there's a blob here that I haven't done because I'd rather fill in what I got. So this is the part of the shield, actually. This is his stomach. He has a hole in his stomach, so we know how he died. He probably got like a cannonball through himself. Way to go. This is his hand. So his sword goes like down here. And yeah, I mean, he looks awesome. He is as happy as ever, and still my favorite. I'm doing him on 28 count, 1/1. I love it. It's very relaxing, but there's a lot of blue. This is the main, like, there's a lot of blue. And these aren't all the colors, but these are the main ones. So I have them hanging here. I used to do that for every project. I only do it for him because I work so much on him. So my next plan, next time I pick him up, I have him for 2,000 stitches. I will do 3 just so I can get to 30%, because then it's easier to do 2,000, 2,000, or do 10,000 and bump him up from 30 to 40. I think that's gonna be my next goal. So I'm gonna do 3,000 stitches on him next, and then 10,000. Just because I want him. I want a lot of progress on him. So, but now I have to say 10,000. That was tough. When I had like 3,000 left, I was like, oh, I am gonna, yeah. So, anyways, that's it. So, yeah, that's actually everything I have. Yeah, it's a short one. My plan is to come back in a month and show you what I've been working on then. So I just got a phone, so I have to go. I'm sorry. There's not much ranting today, so anyways, I hope you enjoy. I don't know what I'm gonna work on next. We'll see. Bye!